Christmas Day, a day celebrated around the United States by millions, often referred to as the happiest day of the year. And 2012 was no different, except for folks in the Deep South. On December 25th, 2012, a rare tornado outbreak of catastrophic proportions would impact thousands of people's lives, and those impacts are still remembered to this day. This is the December 25th, 2012 Deep South tornado outbreak. Enjoy. Now let's go ahead and start off this video by talking about the forecasting job done by the Storm Prediction Center and the National Weather Service for this event. Now on December 25th, 2012, a day 1 moderate risk of severe weather was issued for portions of extreme southeast Texas, central Louisiana, southern Mississippi, southwest Alabama, and the extreme western portion of the Florida Panhandle. And this honestly was one of the best Storm Prediction Center outlooks I've seen in my entire life. Overall, 34 tornado reports were sent into the Storm Prediction Center on this day, and most of them were included in that moderate risk zone, and all the ones that weren't were included in the slight risk zone. So overall, a very good forecasting job by the Storm Prediction Center. And at 12:55 p.m., for almost that exact same area, the Storm Prediction Center ended up issuing Tornado Watch number 695 as a line of strong thunderstorms was getting ready to enter a heavily caped and sheared environment across portions of southern Mississippi, southeast Louisiana, and southwestern Alabama. So this Tornado Watch was definitely necessary and included a decent chunk of the Deep South. Now it's time to talk about the actual tornadoes that occurred in this event. Now, we had overall dozens of tornadoes across portions of the Deep South. The final tally was up to 31. Somehow, miraculously, no fatalities occurred on this day, which quite literally is a Christmas miracle due to the fact that we had multiple EF3 tornadoes, several F2 tornadoes, and dozens of F1 and F0 tornadoes. So we were very fortunate to not see any fatalities on this day, and that may be attributed to our good warning system here in the United States by the National Weather Service. Now, the most significant tornado of the event was this EF3 that tracked through southern Mississippi and ended up towards McLean in the end of its track. It was over 300 yards wide. Its path length was over 60 miles. This was at one point a waterspout south of Long Beach and eventually tracked onto land, where luckily it did end up missing most population centers here in southern Mississippi, but still ended up causing 12 severe injuries and became the most significant tornado of this event. Now, another tornado that people like to talk about from this event, even though it wasn't one of the strongest ones, was the Mobile, Alabama tornado, due to the fact that it went through an extremely populated region of the Deep South, being downtown western Mobile. This tornado was 200 yards wide and only stayed on the ground for about 5 miles, but ended up causing significant damage to some of the western Mobile, Alabama suburbs. Another city hit very hard on this day was Alexandria, Louisiana, that ended up seeing multiple strong tornadoes. One being on the far north side of town that did end up causing one injury that was rated EF2 and was over 500 yards wide. And there was also one that went through downtown Alexandria, although luckily it only stayed on the ground for less than a mile and did not end up causing any injuries. And the other very significant tornado of this event was the Fordyce, Pennington, Texas tornado that ended up getting rated EF3. It was debated between an EF2 and an EF3 for a while, but it ended up tracking for about 10 miles and was about 300 yards wide. Luckily, again, this tornado did not cause any injuries or fatalities, as it did not go directly through downtown Pennington. If it did, the story may be a little different. On your screen now are pictures from whenever the EF3 tornado ripped through portions of southern Mississippi, mainly from the McLean area where it was at its strongest point. This tornado caused significant damage to several rural communities, but again, luckily did not impacting any specific towns for the most part, other than McLean at the end of its track. Now you are seeing pictures of damage from the Pennington, Texas tornado that, even though it was in a very rural area, caused significant damage and leads me to believe personally that this was likely the strongest tornado of this event. And finally, here are pictures of damage and actual pictures of the tornado that ended up hitting Mobile, Alabama. This was a very large wedge tornado that ended up causing significant damage to the western outer suburbs. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I wanted to do a special video for Christmas Day here. If you guys did enjoy, please be sure to like and subscribe, as I did spend quite a while on this. I really hope that you all do have a very Merry Christmas, and we will be back to more severe weather coverage and forecasting tomorrow. I just want to throw something special out here today for you guys. So again, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.